Hi, it's Forrest. I'm one of the reference librarians at the Auburn Avenue Research Library, and you found me this week with this week's instructional class, Digital Literacy, where we're going to explore the essentials and computer basics and security. Remember, at any time, you can pause this video to explore the content and information on the screen. There's also paired resources with this week's instructional class that can be accessed via Auburn's official website or social media. Also, be sure to like, share, and comment anything that resonates with you. We love having feedback. Now, let's get started. Digital literacy, computer basics, and security. First, computer basics, hardware and software. Hardware is basically the physical structure or the computer monitor or keyboard. Software is a set of instructions that tells your hardware, the computer or monitor, what to do. Think of it as a guide that guides your hardware to complete or to satisfy specific tasks. For example, when you want to conduct your research or to search the internet, you want to use a web browser. To enjoy your leisure time, you'll want to engage games. To complete your professional work, responsibilities, or tasks, you want to utilize Microsoft Word or Office or something similar. Next, there are types of computers or electronic devices that can assist you with getting online. To the left-hand corner, you will locate a tablet icon. This tablet icon or image is what an Android or an Apple product may look like without a keyboard. The second image, the laptop in the top middle area, is what a screen and a keyboard with a mouse pad would look like. This is what a general laptop looks like. To the right of that is a standard mouse. A mouse has two buttons and a scroller. This is a generic mouse. Many other mouses, or an advanced mouse, have secondary side buttons, and we'll go and explore that in a moment. The second row highlights and includes the computer tower, which is where most of the hardware is stored. Next is the keyboard, which includes not only numbers, symbols, and letters in the American alphabet, which will also help you to, if you utilize translations, to type in other languages as well. And last but not least, in the bottom right-hand corner is the computer monitor. This allows you to see all of the software and anything that has been utilized with the hardware. Next, your computer accessories. Now, computer accessories are very cool to have, but we often at times may lose them. So before exploring these items, I want to recommend that you always utilize identifying factors. Write your name. Maybe select the same color of these resources or accessories so you can easily locate and have access to them. On the left column, you'll see headphones, whether wireless at the top or wired. These are important so that when others don't hear what you're communicating or what is being conveyed to you. On the top right-hand corner, you will locate the USB, flash, or thumb drive. This allows you to save all of your files, photos, or anything important while you're on the go. The next, in the bottom right-hand corner, is an external hard drive where you can store extra space and have extra memory for your files or anything that you don't want to place on your computer or the above USB or flash thumb drive. Next, let's explore the keyboard. What is in front of us is a keyboard. This is pronounced and also entitled by the first row of letters, QWERTY, a Curie keyboard. This also lets us know that by the color key at the bottom, the orange keys at the top are the function keys, which allow us to do certain functions with our keyboard without engaging our mouse. The blue keys are our typewriter keys, which allow us to write or complete sentences. The pick are our windows to access window or window drop box. Next, we have our cursor, which are the green to go up, down, and cardinal directions. Next, the lavender is our numeric keypad or numbers. Others will allow you to do and what they are listed on. They are self-explanatory. For example, delete deletes, insert inserts. Home will take you to the beginning of a line with your cursor or at the beginning of a browser page. Scroll lock enables you from scrolling. Page down goes page, allows you to scroll the page all the way to the bottom. Page up brings you all the way to the top. However, to become more familiar with the keyboard, the Auburn Avenue Research Library recommends and suggests you visit www.typingweb.com for keyboard practice. The web address is also below the keyboard illustrated on the screen. Next, let's explore the keyboard a little bit more in depth. To capitalize your letters, you'll want to locate the far left arrow pointing to our Shift button. The Shift always has an arrow pointing up to help you identify that you're either going to capitalize or enlarge a letter or create symbols that are on certain numeral numbers. Next is the backspace, which is on the top bar of our typewriter keys. This allows you to delete or go back. Next, below that is our enter or return button, which allows you to move your typing to the next line. Below that, to the very bottom of our typewriter keys is our search bar, which adds space in between words and phrases and punctuation marks. To the right, and also the very top bar of our typewriter keys is our numeric keypad and numbers, which allows you to type numbers in any numerical order you choose. Again, for keyboard practice, browse typingweb.com. Next is our computer mouse, which is most essential to navigating any of the software or what's on your computer monitor. The mouse is used as a virtual finger to point, select, move any item on your computer. The left side, or the left clicker, selects. The right opens a drop box or a menu. Double-clicking either opens a program. Clicking and drag allows you to organize items on your screen in a folder or file. You'll notice that on the right-hand side are indicators of if there is something transitional, directional, or what you're doing with your mouse. For example, the top icon is an arrow pointing, which allows you to see what your arrow is pointing to. The second is your cursor, which allows you to type. These are different, and they indicate a specific function. The third is an hourglass, which means you are waiting or something is buffering. The last is a hand or your pointer finger, which allows you to select an electronic link or a hyperlink, anything taking you to an additional or another web browser. Next, let's learn how to properly use your computer anywhere, from home, the library, or the convenience of a great coffee shop. Your web or your Windows desktop will always look like this. Your Windows desktop is what it looks like when you open up your computer or completely log on. To the bottom left-hand corner will be the Start button, which you can pull up a list of applications. Above that is your desktop icons or software or applications stored to your desktop for convenience. Your desktop is where you can store not only applications or files, but also programs, games, even movies and audiovisual items. Next, to the bottom left-hand corner is our notification icons, where you will not only have your volume, settings, but also the calendar, date, and other functions like the battery, even as far as things that are wrong with the computer, such as if you had a spyware application that needs to be ran. We'll get into that in a moment. As when we look onto our taskbar, which is on the bottom area of the page, you'll notice our program buttons, which are similar to our desktop items. You can store or save any software programs to either your desktop or your taskbar, whichever is for you, and utilize which best fits your strengths. Next, a part of utilizing a computer is to discerningly acknowledge things that are infringing upon your job security. To combat and avoid these issues, you want to avoid fake antivirus programs like security suites or internet security. New toolbars are default search engines that you did not install or that were installed without your permissions. If your homepage changes without your permission or consent, this is also something to be aware of. Suspicious file names, things that end in MP3, XEX, or anything of that sort that is not a musical file of yours is something to be aware of. Loss of control of your PC or being redirected to another site is also some things to be aware of. Digital threats come in two ways, a computer threat and computer security. Anything that can damage your computer or the information on it is a part of a computer threat. Again, let me define that one more time. A computer threat is anything that can damage your computer or information on it. And the types of threats are identity threat or lack of privacy on your social media. For example, if there is a surplus of private photos or information that was released on your social media that was only stored on your personal computer, you possibly have a computer threat. Computer security is the measure you take to avoid damage or data loss. You can prevent such by virus, malware, and spyware protection, password protection, and prudence about giving out your information. Here are some examples of digital threats. Social messaging. If you receive a message from someone you don't identify or are part of some sort of advertising, this is possibly a digital threat. You'll also notice fake antivirus pop-ups. If you do not have certain or specific antivirus software and one pops up on your browser, this is a perfect indicator that you have possibly some digital threats. Next, social media. If you receive any messaging or any direct messages that aren't from any loved ones or someone you might know, do not open them. They may possibly infringe on your security, and this may be a digital threat. Remember, there are preventative tools you can take. Keep all your operating systems and all software updated. Most virus and spyware attacks occur when your security hasn't been updated or where there is a loophole. So keep your software and spyware updated. Second, do not click on any pop-ups or ads offering you anything for free. Remember, unwarranted or non-consensual pop-ups may be a part of that digital threat we discussed on the previous page. Also, keep up with your passwords and change them regularly to ensure that no one is utilizing your information or has access to your account. Know the name and display of your antivirus program. As I said before, there are many non-consenting virus programs that may pop up on your browser. It's important to acknowledge the one that you're utilizing and to unsubscribe to any that are visible on your desktop. By unsubscribing to any non-consenting virus programs or unknown emails and programs of such, you declutter and also eliminate stress. Now, I'm sure we've covered all of the essential basics, and it was fun to provide you these resources. Again, today's instructional classes provide you the basics of how to utilize a computer appropriately and also to provide you the essential tools and skills to discern and acknowledge digital threats and how to combat them. If you have any questions over this week's instruction or want a more in-depth follow-up, the Auburn Avenue Research Library does provide research consultations and guidance via our LibAnswers and Auburn's reference email, which can be accessed at AARL.reference@fultoncountyga.gov. Again, if you're looking for any additional resources or guidance, Browse Auburn's official website, social medias, or reference email aarl.reference@fultoncountyga.gov for more information, assistance, and insight. This has been a joy. I cannot wait to see what resonates with you. In the meantime, enjoy the wonderful skills and resources. I'll see you around.